Welcome back, everyone. U.S. federal regulators reportedly have their sights on Elon Musk over the late notice on his sizable stake in Twitter. For more on this, let's bring in Yahoo Finance's tech correspondent and designated hitter, Dan Howley. DH, what's up?
Not too much. So, yes, this is basically the SEC looking at Elon Musk when he purchased his 5% initially of his then 9.2% of Twitter. He was supposed to disclose that 5% 10 days after buying it, but he didn't. He originally purchased it March 24th. He went ahead and then just decided that, I don't got to do that. And on April 4th, he finally came forward. Obviously, he then bought that 9.2%. The idea here is that, if Musk had gone ahead and disclosed that 5% stake, that people could have rushed in and purchased Twitter. But then that would have allowed Elon Musk to save money by not disclosing it. And by not disclosing, it's estimated that he saved around $140 million. Now, that's basically just peanuts to this guy, right? I mean, he could, buy and sell the earth over and over again. But it is part of the regulations. And obviously, he does have this ongoing back and forth with the SEC. And so it'll be interesting to see whether or not they do move forward with this, just because, they're looking at the Twitter transaction. The FTC is looking at this. We have people talking about how, or Elon talking about how much he hates the SEC or doesn't respect the SEC because they went after him because of that famous 420 tweet about taking Tesla private. Then more recently, he said that he did actually have the funds and he felt like he was forced to go ahead with the SEC settlement. So, this is really just, I think, another kink in kind of the ongoing saga that we have with Elon and Twitter. Yesterday we had him talking about, or was it yesterday or the day before, bringing Trump back onto the platform. So I think we're just going to continue to see this just snowball of news until either he backs out of the deal or goes ahead and finally makes the purchase. And then at that point, who knows what will happen.
But Dan, do you think he appreciates that he is going to have to work even or closer or deal with regulators even more if regulators drop the hammer at some point on social media companies?
I don't think he cares about regulators very much. During COVID, he was kind of allowing his workers into the Tesla plant out in California. I think he kind of will abide by rules as much as possible. As little as possible to the absolute minimum, as long as he's meeting them. And I think that's what we're continuing to see here. It's not as though this is going to break up anything. The acquisition would still likely go through. The SEC isn't going to do anything that could hinder that. If anything, he may get a slap on the wrist. Again, this is $140 million, a little bit more than that. It's nothing to this guy. He's, still insanely wealthy. The argument that he may have saved, a buck or two here, again, we're talking about this being relative, a buck or two to him. I don't know if the SEC is going to go too crazy for it, but maybe just to prove a point.
Well, I think he'll be all right. Dan Howley, thanks so much.